How many of you drive? How many of you are in the first 3 years of driving? I would estimate that you're paying at least $1,000 for just liability insurance if you are having the insurance under your name. I had an experience where I had to make a judgment on an at-fault accident which would financially impact me for a long time. Today I will be talking about my first car accident and how my handling of the situation has changed my attitude. So, first off, it had happened at a bakery near my house. I went to go buy some bread and I was eating it, and I was so happy that it tasted very delicious that I was eating it while I was backing out. So, that was my mistake, and it shows that, you know what, that's what statistics say, that most car accidents occur 3 to 5 miles within your home, and mine happen in less than a block, less than 3 blocks. So this is because drivers feel comfortable and neglect the usual defensive driving techniques that in an area that they would usually frequent. I usually back out of my parking spaces pretty fast because that technique have never served me wrong. I guess it was only a matter of time before it would backfire on me. So I had to handle things by myself. I realized that if I reported to my insurance agent and if I told my parents, things would get a lot worse. Since I had an insurance company for less than a month, for me to get into an accident so easily, that would be reason enough to just drop me completely or raise my premium substantially. My parents would also not let this matter go. I am known as reckless and clumsy, and this would further their judgment um, on me as an irresponsible kid. To this day, they still believe the lie I told them about someone hitting me while I was working. So I had to act responsibly and mature to the person that I hit. If I had been immature, it would have been reason enough for Harrison, the person that I hit, to turn to the insurance company and left the situation with them. I had accepted that it was my fault and I would try to work things out fairly. Harrison made it very easy to talk about my worries and was very accommodating to my financial situation. I was 18, I was a college student, I had a part-time job. It was very hard to afford the repairs on his car. And I had to learn I learned that my responsible behavior had benefited me. I had gained new friends and new memories from this experience. Throughout the time I was talking to Harrison, he really tried to cheer me up. He tried to answer all my questions that I had about insurance, how things should work out. He referred to some shops that his friends owned and offered me a discount on my repairs. And when the time came that I would meet him to repay his car damages, we sat for an hour at Starbucks and we were just talking about a whole bunch of things. And it turns out that our worlds are not as big as we thought. He actually worked with my sister's company, and it turns out that we had some connection there. So, and I realized that there are honest people around me. I told Harrison that I am very sorry that I hit you, but I am very glad that I hit someone that is very kind. And he did not scold me for being reckless. He just explains that things happen and we just have to, and what we do afterwards is a good judgment in our character, and we have to act accordingly. I look back and realize that Harrison could have pocketed my money and told my insurance company, and he could have easily denied that he ever talked to me. So I am very grateful that he was very honest with this. And in conclusion, when the accident happened, I had just turned 18 years old. I wanted to be an adult that handles problems without burdening others. I am very glad that it happened the way it did. I like to think of it as a $700 lesson. So I benefited from this because I am more aware of my driving, and I met someone who has made me have faith in humanity.